See, I never get the English side, and we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Gaykers? What's a gayker? Gamers and geeks alike, or gaykers, as you're now known. Welcome to this week's Gaming Roundup. I think it's the last weekly Gaming Roundup for this year. We're looking back at week 50. I've got my stalwart Nigel with me. Say hello, Nige.
Hello, Nige.
How we did, Lou?
We're good.
We've had some very busy times for the two of us.
Yes.
We're suffering. The poor channel's suffering neglect because we've just been doing lots of stuff. But even the podcast is suffering a bit of neglect. But hey.
Yes. Well, we'll sort something out.
We'll sort something out. We'll get something nice and special for you guys because it's Christmas. So, what do we want to talk about this week, Nige?
We've got a few stories. You want me to tell you?
Yeah. Oh, that's why I asked.
All right. Okay. So, Rocket League, despite being free for a long time, well, a month on PS Plus, has made a nice healthy profit. Kojima is probably going to make a nice edgy game. And there are hackers who are promising to destroy our fun over Christmas for both Xbox One and PS4. That's fun, hey? Now, we're going to also talk about Xbox One backwards compatibility again, and also how you can recommend PlayStation 2 games to be made backwards compatible.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I know this beforehand. We will talk about it when we reach that story.
Let's do it.
Okay. I've got another story I'll throw in towards the end. All right. So, first one is Rocket League, a game that we loved. It was the best PSN game of the year, and despite it only taking only $2 million to make, Nigel, if you got $2 million, you can make a Rocket League yourself. $2 million. It's made $48 million, which is a healthy profit. Which means that if they're clever, half of that is going back into making the next game, which will be even bigger and even more exciting. So the guys who brought us supersonic rocket-powered acrobatic battle cars, the first one, crikey, that's a mouthful. The sequel paid off. See, I got that right, I think.
Even with the change of name.
Even with the change of name, Rocket League. That was the first thing that helped to win. Was it just went Rocket League?
I think the name in the last game was maybe a little bit too long. How do we shorten it? Yeah, I think that was the first masterstroke.
Yes, I think that was the first. So much easier to what do you call it, Rocket League. But yeah, it's amazing. This is a good thing because it's made revenue and stuff from sales of the game itself and from the deal they had with the PlayStation and probably the deal they've got with Microsoft. Because I imagine it's coming to Games for Gold. If it doesn't come for Games for Gold, shame on you, Microsoft. Shame on you. It needs to be on there. It needs to be the game that everyone's playing. And then they've got all the little microtransactions and stuff, which I'm not a big fan of, but they're not, how can I put it? They're not damaging microtransactions. They're aesthetic art assets.
Yeah, they are, because there was DeLorean in there, which didn't make a difference if you bought it or not, really, to your game. You don't get special stats or anything. So that was all right. The DeLorean looked all right. I thought it looked pretty cool.
It did look cool. The other cool thing is it is coming to Xbox One. So the guys who've missed out on it finally get to play a game that we've been raving about and people on PC have been raving about too. And it's going to be good. You're going to like it. It's going to be fun. It'll be terrible at first, but as soon as you get the knack of it, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely will.
It's a pretty edgy game, Nigel, I'd say. I would say it's a very edgy game. And talking of edgy games, Kojima, God bless Kojima, the poor sod who's been done over by Konami on several occasions, has finally broken free from what can only be described as a very shit working relationship. What do you think we have to have working? Shackles, yeah. And he's managed to pinch a couple of members of Kojima Productions to go with him too. I think he managed to get the art director and the producer, which is quite good. And they're planning on making a edgy indie game, which could involve Guillermo del Toro, but probably won't. It's a game based around mechs. So a lot of us were hoping that we were going to get a kind of, it sounds really weird when I say a Silent Hills knockoff with Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus, I think, was tweeting saying that they need to get together, the three of them need to get together and make a game. And he was really up for it. And I'll be honest with you, I'd be really up for it too. And I'm hoping that this game here is just the one where he finds his feet. He does a few experiments. He tries a few new things, tries screwing around with the gameplay mechanics and whatnot, and using X, not circle, as your confirm button, because that fucks me off like chronic.
Oh.
It's like you sit there and you play like a Metal Gear Solid game, and you every other game is X to start, but no, it's circle to start on this.
Yeah, it's like X to interact with stuff, X to do this, X to do that, and circle to back out and go back.
Yeah, but he always put it around the other way. Drove me batshit crazy. I thought there was something wrong with Metal Gear, but he's left, and I have no idea how to say Yoi Shikwara.
Who?
I don't know. He's the art director.
Yoji Shinkawa.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve from Konami. And,
Ken. Yoshinka.
Yeah, and Ken from Konami too.
Yeah, Ken.
Steve and Ken. Those guys. Or Ryu and Ken, actually. Make it a bit more gamified.
You think his first name's brilliant, it's Ken, but his last name, I can't say that.
That's
Imaizumi?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you Zumi?
Yeah. There was a thing with I can't remember his name. Andrew from Sony, we'll call him, because I can't remember his name. The Welsh guy, who was very proud. He talks Japanese fluently, which is embarrassing because I can barely speak English fluently. And he was like, kind of, guess who's working for us? Who got here first? He goes, screw you, Microsoft, Activision, and EA. He's ours. Fuck you. I'll be honest with you, that's probably the best deal. The only two places he could have gone, three places, where he could have gone and he'd have been all right, is Microsoft, Sony, or 2K. Yeah, 2K. And he's had dealings with Sony before, so you can see him shifting over there. He hasn't decided what game engine he's going to use. He naturally can't use the Fox engine, which is a fantastic engine, looks beautiful and everything. But considering it's Konami property, I don't think they're going to like it. And I've got if when a game comes out from him, they are going to try and fuck him up legally. You know this, yeah? You know that Konami are going to break out the lawyers and say, oh, that's one of our things. And then they'll break out like a doodle that he did on a napkin in a meeting where he wasn't paying attention. And they'll say, well, that's our property. It says in his contract, anything created while working for us is our property, blah, blah, blah. And that shit's going to happen.
Did you know the name of his new company?
This is Kojima's Productions, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the name of his old company, wasn't it? Wasn't he called Kojima Productions, working alongside?
I can't remember.
I thought it was Kojima Productions.
I cannot remember, I'll be frank with you. But that would be... Oh, God, don't say they're going to bloody sue because of that.
I don't know. I just thought he ran Kojima Productions, who worked for Konami. Oh, maybe I'm wrong, but...
It's... Yeah, you're right. It's Kojima Productions. Great. There's the first lawsuit. We called it first. It's the first lawsuit.
Well done, Hideo. Why couldn't you have called it Hideo Productions? It's your name.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Think about it.
He must be fine for it legally.
He must be fine, otherwise you wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, Sony have got a crack team of lawyers. They're like the fucking SAS of lawyers. They're naturally standing on standby to sort things out. That's probably the other reason that he's decided with Sony, because I think the only other lawyers that are any good are the ones from Activision, who've screwed the fucking poor fuckers out of Modern Warfare 2 bonus. So yeah, that's
one thing we know about his new game. It's going to be on PlayStation 4 and PC.
Yeah, I can. It's it's one of those things. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like Zone of the Enders. The problems I didn't like Zone of the Enders. So hopefully they'll bring out a demo and whatnot. But
we'll see.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
It might be. I've never really been into what was that game again?
Metal Gear. Fucking you fucking.
Yeah, I've never been into that. What was it again? Yeah, game of
Knights of the Republic. It was called Knights of the Republic Launch.
Yeah.
No, actually, it was Dark Ages of Camelot.
Oh yeah,
Dark Ages of Camelot.
Yeah, that's what was so good.
Flying idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, let's move on to the fucking Grinches who want to steal Christmas. So, remember Lizard Squad last year?
I do.
The fucking.
I remember the fun and frolics we had last year.
Yeah, I remember that Sony were fucking slow because they are the slowest tech giant in the world. And literally. I mean, not in a good way. Not like kind of, it's a slow progress and they always make it. No, they're just fucking slow. Because I remember Microsoft had their network taken down. I think it took them 3 days to bring it back up. And Sony would just I don't know, they just wait for the fucking routers to turn off or reset rather than anything else. But we had Lizard Squad do that for last week. Now we've got Phantom Squad, which
could they could well be the leftovers from the Lizard Squad. To be
they're
honest,
not supposed to. They according to sources, not like they hang around with hackers or anything. They're not really Lizard Squad, but I think they've got their hands on Lizard Squad's tech. They've had a go at Reddit. I think they've had a go at Microsoft. They had a go at something else, which I cannot remember off the top of my head, which is terrible because you read these things and then you forget. But they've had a pop at these guys, and they want to shut fucking PlayStation Network down and Xbox Live down for Christmas. Right.
For 1 week straight, it's
for 1 week straight. Right. Okay.
So we're the Lizard Squad. They basically hammered it for like a day, didn't they?
Yes, and then it was just watch the reaction for them to try and put it back up.
Yeah, and the only reason why PSN was down for a week was because it was down for a day through DDoS, and then Sony kept it off for the rest of the week, whereas Microsoft went, we fixed it now within a day or two.
It was Microsoft. They just found out tech support and they went, turn it off, turn it on again.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a couple of hours and try again. And then wait a couple more hours and try again. And you know that's weird. But, okay. The Lizard Squad's tech was a denial of service attack, which I think used software, don't quote me on this, all right? Seriously, don't quote me on this, that hijacked routers that didn't have the default password set on them. So if you got an out-of-the-box router and its default password was admin, change me, yeah? If you hadn't changed that, then what the Lizard Squad would do is they'd hijack that router and use that router to ping the requests onto the server. So if you do want to do something to try and stop the Phantom Squad, make sure your router security is solid and it's not got the defaults on it. Yeah, make sure it's personalized to you. Yeah, make a note of it, even if you have to put a bloody post-it note on the back of the router, just so they can't hijack it remotely, if you want to stop them. And then the other thing is just make sure your computer's not got any bugs or viruses in there or malware in there, because that stuff will be used to hijack it too. Because if everyone did that, then they wouldn't have the means to DDoS it, because they wouldn't be able to create these zombie units in order to send out these stupid requests. Which is not good, and I'd be really dull. What they should be doing is, if they want to take the network down, they need to do it to prove a point on said console's birthday. Yeah, 25 years or 20 years of the PlayStation. Yeah. Oh look, we got our celebration. Blah blah blah. That's the time to take it down, not Christmas, because that's just upsetting a lot of children, and they'll make things.
Piss people off. You're not proving a point. There's no point to prove at that time. You're right. If you do it on an anniversary, when everyone's looking at the console for an anniversary of sorts, they're celebrating how well they're doing and how long it's been out, and that's when you do it, because everyone's looking at it. But this time of year, it's not.
Yeah. It's not. This is being dicks for the sake of being dicks, to quote Nigel.
Yeah, to quote me, because everything I say is fact.
Yeah, it is fact. I have to remember that. It's
it's my opinion and therefore fact.
that's bullshit. But it's bollocks, mate. It really fucks me off. And one of the things is if you want to stop them, if you don't want this to happen, is seriously check all your friends' routers and everything and make sure they haven't got the default set on, because that's what they're doing. Is they've literally got a list of routers with defaults on and using them, and then again making sure everyone checks for viruses and bugs and whatnot. It's annoying because it's like kind of Sony and that need to change the security and whatnot. Well, we also need to be responsible for our security and whatnot. It's like kind of, I haven't got any defaults set on my router passwords and bits when it comes to these things. So it's annoying because I don't have a server. Because if I had a server, then they could block out the IPs from the server if they're clever enough. Block out the IPs from the server, find the server, and get it shut down. And the FBI would probably be more than happy to sort that out. Apart from they're as quick as Sony. Sorry, FBI, you're great. Love Mulder and Scully, but you are slow when it comes to these things. In the public eye, you may not be behind the scenes, but in the public eye, you are. But it's there's been either way a British teen was arrested and their Twitter account was shut down. So hopefully this is not going to fuck Christmas, because I don't want to. I don't want that.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they've actually upgraded their systems from last year's debacle.
See, this is the thing, right? If it's a case of the Sony network goes down, and I think, what was it I said? I said if it goes down for an hour, they've done a good job. If it goes down for 6 hours, they've done an okay job. If it goes down for a day, not good, but acceptable. If it goes down for the entire week, they have fucked and over a day, doesn't matter for the entire week actually. They have screwed the pooch, properly screwed the pooch. Because I'll probably want to play Star Wars Battlefront, even though I'm fucking terrible at it, unless I'm a TIE fighter. So,
well, I've just spotted something. Apparently, Xbox Live was brought down on Friday, the 18th, and the Phantom Squad claimed it was them. It was down for around 3 hours.
The thing is, if our Lord and Savior Lord Spencer turned around and said, "Look, I was having a few beers in the server room, kind of spilled it on one of the servers, and that's why it went down," I go, "That's fair enough." That is fair enough, but guys, this is bollocks. How long did it go down for?
3 hours.
3 hours.
And then on Twitter, obviously they were going, well, it seems Microsoft have stopped you, and they went, no, they're only back up because we've stopped. And it's like,
yeah, it's,
and they haven't had a go at PSN yet.
Yeah,
maybe they were just testing the water there to.
Microsoft will respond faster than, as I said, Sony is slow, so it's Microsoft are the ones that I go for to do the test to see how long it would go down, because it's like kind of, okay, it took them 3 hours to respond. Yeah, just saying that if I was testing it took them 3 hours to respond before they did anything. Yeah, times that by 8, and that's what Sony's response will be. But yeah, it's awful things. I love Sony, but it's a bit shit when it comes to things like this. Anyway, I don't want to talk. These are script kiddies, by the way. These aren't fucking hackers.
Yeah.
All right, you're a script kiddie. Yeah, you haven't written your own software. You're a script kiddie. And you're an annoying script kiddie. So guys, go after ISIS, please. For the love of God, go after ISIS rather than us.
Do something of your life. Do something like that. That's something worth looking into.
Yes, you'll be fucking heroes in everyone's eyes. And that's what I think you prefer at the end of the day. You don't want to be known as this little shits that stole Christmas.
Maybe they will.
And don't give it the whole, we want people talking and all that shit, because people play games together at Christmas. Yeah, it's like Buzz. I love playing Buzz. Is a great one to play at Christmas, and FIFA, and split screen Battlefront and all that stuff. Anyway, end of the scrotes. Let's talk about something nice. And
yes.
We were talking about Lord Spencer. So we're talking about Microsoft Xbox One, naturally. And this is a weird thing. I was talking to Nigel about before we started. Is the more Microsoft, they keep saying Microsoft's behind, the more appealing they become, because they keep doing things that make it a bit more to try and pull people in, because they haven't got the hardware and haven't got this, that, and the other. So they are going out of the way to give you that better service and to make you feel, good about yourself. And this is an example of this. They have put out some more backwards compatible games. And these are good. Those are fairly good ones. It's like they've got Braid. Okay, fair enough. Deus Ex Revolution. Doritos Course Crash. What are you fucking thinking there?
Crash Course.
Crash Course.
No idea what that is.
Fucking main course, second course, afters, dessert. Fable 3, which is... Oh, hang on. No, Fable 3... No, Fable 3, that one's fucked you, actually. No, Fable 3. Okay, Halo Reach. I liked Halo Reach. Hydro Thunder. Hydro Thunder was good. Iron Brigade. Kane Lynch 2. It's worth a play, Kane Lynch 2. Motocross Madness. Miss Pac-Man. Peggle. Oh, the awesome game of Peggle. Portal Still Alive. Spelunky. Splosion Man, which people were fucking raving about when it first came out. Ticket to Ride and Zuma's Revenge. I can't remember what Zuma's Revenge is. I can only remember the icon. I'm sort of... But Nigel was telling me that they have released these 16 games and made them backwards compatible, but there is a twist. Would you like to tell the ladies and gentlemen what the twist is?
Well, basically, the games with gold, you get both Xbox One games and 360 games. Now, these games we just mentioned here were, I think, released on the games with gold, which means that games with gold, 360 games, will also be playable on your Xbox One.
So let's get this right, yeah? I had a 360 and a Xbox One. When I was getting the games for gold, so I was downloading the games for gold, so I got my Braid, I got my Deus Ex, I got my Doritos, I got my Fable 3, yeah? So those games were in my 360 library, yeah?
Yeah.
So now they're in the 360 library, I can get them on my Xbox One.
You can re-download them onto your Xbox One and play them there. And I think there'll be the rehashed versions, so updated. However,
updated as the compatibility allows it.
Yeah, the compatibility, they've been updated that way. And I think you might get, the remastered type versions. You must do.
I think it's not. I think when it comes to the thing, it's not really remastered. It's the fact that they've scaled everything up and they sorted some texture bits out and this, that, and the other to make it sexier.
Now, going forward, every month, the games for the 360 will be playable on the Xbox One. So, as you know, with Games for Gold, you get 2 games for each console. That means for your Xbox One, you will be getting 4 games a month.
Cool. Sony, hang on a second. Sony, it's your fucking turn now.
Sony, your move. Now, I don't have an Xbox One. I've got a PS4. And I wish fucking Sony did something like that. I really, really fucking do. Because that's a bloody good deal for the money that you're paying every year for your games with gold. It really is good. You can't knock it. You can't knock what Microsoft are doing at the moment, unless you're a PS4 fanboy, which neither of us are really. Maybe you are, Gav, but hey,
there's nothing wrong with being a PS4 fanboy. The problem is I'm such a fanboy, I don't care about Xbox. I don't really give a shit. I'm a gamer. I go where the games are.
I'm a fan of
If the game's on the PC, I go to the PC. If the game's on the PS4, I go to the PS4. If it's on the fucking 360 or the Vita, I'll go to that because that's where the games are.
Exactly. Fan of games, not wars. Make games, not war. And I think this is amazing. This is really strengthening my resolve to get an Xbox One. And you think, when we've been doing our quick reviews of what you're getting for free in your games with gold package, we've always been going, actually, I think Xbox has won it this month again and again and again, because now, even more so,
Yes.
Even more so because you can play them on your Xbox One if you've only got an Xbox One. Or, for example, if you've got a 360 and you've been weighing up whether or not to go for an Xbox One, surely this is now going to make your mind up because you can play whatever games you're getting with Games for Gold on your Xbox One, no problem. And so, with these games that you've mentioned now, I think it's over 120 games that are available on backwards compatibility. There is a list, and it's on the Major Nelson's website, the official Major Nelson's
Right.
website.
Okay. The long and short of it is it's good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's so good. This is like a major fucking sales point for Xbox. But we want Sony to fight back because I know that they're selling the most amount of consoles, but needs to fight. It's the thing is that fucking Sony kind of running away with it, and it was when it becomes a 2-horse race and they are fighting and jostling for position. That's when it's good for us. The problem is Sony are running away. They're in that 30 million range where Microsoft are probably in the 11 million range for consoles, which isn't good. But hey, come on, Microsoft. I'm genuinely looking to buy a fucking Xbox One in the new year.
Yeah, I'm generally doing the same. I mentioned it to the wife as a partial joke, but I don't think I was really joking when I mentioned it. It's like you cannot knock the Xbox One at the moment. The improvements that they're making to it are just better than the improvements happening to the Xbox One. So
I know there's
the PS4.
I know there's a big argument over working hardware and whatnot, and Sony hardware is better than Xbox One hardware, but you kind of forget that this is built on PC architecture. And if you really want hardware, you go for fucking PC. You go for a console because it's easy. I can just put it online. I don't have to frig around with fucking 8,000 Windows drivers and whatnot. And I'll be honest with you, the best platform for Windows, is a Mac. And I'm not fucking joking, because if you put Windows on a Mac, it runs like a fucking dream. It installs like a dream. Everything runs perfectly. I'll give you an example. When you install it on a Mac, it only has the Mac drivers. Yeah, it knows it's installing on a Mac, and it only puts on the Mac drivers. So where you're fucking around with drivers on the Windows version because you put in your GTX, whatever, it doesn't do that because it already fucking knows what it can have. It has like a limited range of hardware, so it goes, right, it's just that. The downside is there is a limited range of hardware. But saying that, I was playing, was it Lost Planet 3? And that's fucking gorgeous. That was really good. I think I showed you it.
Yeah.
And it was great because I got a TV up here, which is linked to the Mac down here. And it was just like playing on a console. And I just total mashup. And see, that's the thing.
It works really well with Steam's Big TV. Is it Big TV?
Big picture mode.
Big picture mode, because you can
Big
have your
TV
Xbox.
mode.
I don't use it because I don't have a controller. If I had a controller,
Buy
like
yourself,
Xbox 360.
trust me, mate, buy yourself a controller, because when you have the console-esque games and you have a controller, it's perfect. That's when you go into it and you go, this is the way. This is the way, and everything kind of makes sense. Then it's just annoying that Microsoft Windows isn't as easy. It's like, turn it off. Oh, you got to update. Oh, I've turned it on. Oh, the NVIDIA driver's got to update. Oh, the fucking Steam thing's got to update. Is anything else got to update? I know my whinge about PS4 updating, but this fucker updates twice as much when it comes to PC. That's the really off-putting thing about PC gaming. Fucking updates. As he scratches his ear hole, he's going to pull his brain out now. But yeah. Sorry, we've just gone off on a mad run. Xbox One, doing well. We like it. That's what we'll leave at.
Loving it. So, do you know
Yeah.
what Sony are doing to sort of try and rectify the backwards compatibility thing?
Giving everyone a free donut.
Close. Yeah, very close.
What is it then?
Basically, what they want is people to tweet them with what games that PlayStation 2 games they want to be playable on the PS4.
Yeah, I saw this, and it was like, okay, tweet them what they want, and there's a lot of people asking for this, that, and the other.
I think they're going to
Which is
basically collate. You've got to use a hashtag so that they can, find them all, and then they're going to collate it. And
use the hashtag PS2 PS4.
so it's hashtag PS2 PS4, and then the name of the game.
So if just tweet this at Sony, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So
The first game that comes to my mind, Dot Hack.
Dot hack. So you want dot hack? I want fucking Ace Combat.
Yeah, and
Sorry, I've said this before.
I want
Fucking Ace
Onimusha.
Combat. The question is, which Ace Combat do I want? So it's Onimusha. That's a good choice.
I love that. And Onimusha. And yeah, Dot Hack and Onimusha, and I'm happy, man. I'll play those. And the thing with PlayStation 2 game compatibility on the PS4 is that they're planning to actually have them updated in graphics, rehashed version, and include trophies and bits on it. So include trophies on the old games. That's what they're thinking.
They should do that. They should do that because that's kind of an awful gaming thing. So yeah, so it's like kind of. So what I do is for me, I said Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies, yeah, and then I go the hashtag. What is it? I'm doing this now. I'm asking Sony at this point in time because I want that, yeah. And do I tweet it at Sony? Was it at Sony? Is it a PlayStation? I want that. I'm going to tweet it at PlayStation.
Who are you meant to... No, you could just tweet it. Because they'll search for the hashtag, won't they? And you don't have to do it to Sony, but you could do it to Sony.
Okay, so I've asked for Ace Combat, Shattered Skies. Everyone knows I fucking love Ace Combat. Shattered Skies. So I've done Shattered Skies, PS2 to PS4 conversion, please. At Sony PlayStation tweet. There we go. I hope to hear something in the next week. Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll give it a try. Okay, that's cool. There's gonna be you have to get your mates together in like the thousands in order to get them to pay attention to that. Annoying because I don't think Ace Combat will come across, but
never know.
I tried. That's the important thing. If they could fucking put Assault Horizon on PS4, that'd be good. Or Ace Combat Infinity, which is a free-to-play game, that would be good too. But don't make me pay for the fucking single-player bit or whatever again, because I've already bought that. Anyway, that's one little story I wanted to cover, which is kind of like a follow-up from a previous story that we were talking about. Then we did the Game Awards thing, and we were talking about Psychonauts 2 and Tim Schafer. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. This is weird because I heard something. I cannot fucking remember where I heard this from. So I've got this little fucking earworm or wraith whispering in my ear saying, something's wrong with this. And I'm sure it's someone else. I learned this from someone else, but it was Tim Schafer is funding Psychonauts 2 via Fig. Yeah? This was bizarre. We both agreed this was bizarre.
Yes.
Yeah? We thought that why not Indiegogo or Kickstarter? Because he's used Kickstarter and Indiegogo before. So it's like, okay, fair enough. He's using this Fig. Maybe it's got a bit more to it. Now, the reason he's using Fig is that he's one of the people who has like a share or works for Fig. If you go to the Fig thing to see who's on the board of trustees or whatever you want to call it, Tim Schafer is boom, slap bang there. So we got a guy, we got a guy asking you for money, to a company which will make money from that, which goes to him. There's a bit of a fucking conflict of interests there. Yeah, and I know that people kind of go on about games journalists being corrupt and games journalists being shit, we being one of them, but I can't find a fucking single story about this. I've seen. I think I found some abusive tweets that were sent to him, but I haven't found a single story about this. And it's weird because didn't imagine it. Someone told me this story somewhere because I had to go and investigate myself.
Well,
but
okay, I found something on Wikipedia under Tim Schafer. It's actually, it's there. Basically, it says Schafer joined with other industry leaders with crowdfunding experience to help create the crowdfunding platform Fig in August 2015. Schafer currently sits on its advisory board to help curate which projects will be supported, and said that all future Double Fine projects will use Fig for funding.
it's weird because you get to the Fig page. Because I went to the Fig page. So this is hang on a second. We're doing genuine journalism here, mate. I couldn't resist to stick my foot in, stick my oar in there, sorry, not my foot. So it's like kind of our advisory board. So he's getting paid. Don't know what he's getting paid. He could be getting paid fuck all, but he's getting paid. Which is okay, as long as he puts a little asterisk. I work for Fig as well. Yeah. If he tells you that, that's fine because you know what you're getting into. But not saying it, especially when there was the big fucking hoo-ha last year over people promoting games because someone had slept with someone and this, that, and the other. But when it comes to this and it's money, it's so fucking clear. It's a no-no. Yeah. Declare it, have done with it. Declare it, have done with it. No one's going to fucking blink at you. Yeah. It's just weird because I think because it's Tim Schafer and he's done games that people like, they've given him a free pass. Which is wrong because if someone who's done a shit indie game doesn't get a free pass, the guy who's done a good game doesn't get a free pass. It's the same rules for everyone. Does that make sense?
I think as soon as there's money involved and people are investing in games, especially your game that you're putting on a platform that takes, it's cut from the developer and stuff. If it's a bit underhand, really, to get extra money, because you need to be upfront and honest from the very start, maybe even on the page, the Fig page, to say the owner of Double Fine, which this game is for,
is on the advisory board.
It's on the advisory board of Fig.
It's weird because I looked at the thing and I just scanned through there to try and find something of sort, because I could have just gone back and amended the page after it happened and it would have been a no story, but there's nothing on there to say that. It's just I just find it really odd. If it turned around and said on the advisory board, we do not get paid, yeah, not an issue, but it doesn't. So I just find it really. I find it a bit distasteful. Sorry, it's distasteful and it's a bit. It's fucking dishonest. Actually, it's a lie. It's dishonest. At the moment, there
are 3 guys. Some guy called Yuku Hart, Fargo, and obviously Schafer. They've got their own companies: Obsidian Entertainment, In Exile Entertainment, and Double Fine. And all 3 of them sit on the advisory board of this Fig, and all 3 are going to use Fig to fund future titles.
There's also Alex Rigolopoulos, who's part of Harmonix too. So we've got that. Bollocks, you know what? Yeah, guys, when it comes to these fucking crowdfunding things, 1 in 10 of them goes completely fucking tits up, yeah, and then the others, I think about 7 of that out of that 10 wind up delivering things that people aren't happy with. Look at the Ouya. That's the best example. But saying that, I don't think he's gonna make it. The reason I'm looking at the moment, and it's 2.8 million, yeah? Previously, when he asked for funding, he broke a record of the time it took him to get the funding.
Was that for Broken Age?
I think it might have been for Broken Age.
I think it was Broken Age.
It was Broken Age. I'm sure it was Broken Age, but he didn't make it. Well, is it because everyone knows he can't fucking manage a budget?
It's quite possible.
So everyone's looking at it like, don't really want to invest in it. Don't want to do this on it. The great thing is, I don't know if it's the case that if it doesn't hit it, the investors don't have to pay out either, because that would be quite a relief for the investors. Well, if the public don't believe in it, we ain't fucking putting our money in it.
Yeah.
So, but it's quite cool that you can press the I button and you get to see that 1.4 million is from the investors. So they paid for pretty much half of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a good thing. But
Yeah,
it's still it's still as dodgy as fuck, because all they just have to put, look, I'm on the advisory board. That's it. But there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing. I can't find anything where they actually say anything about it.
Find it frustrating because, as I said, people before pitching fits over stuff like this. Anyway, so that's a quick rundown, because we talked about the fucking bastards who want to steal Christmas. We've got Tim Schafer, who doesn't understand that you may have fucking conflicts of interest, which isn't good. And all we have to do is tell us, and we don't care. That's it. You just say, boom, problem gone away. But hey, I think we should shamelessly plug ourselves quick and then go and get some sleep, because I'm tired.
Okay, so I think the best way to do it is start with social media. So we have Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus, and Player.me, and it's all Gaming Face Punch. You can find us. Just search on those platforms on Google, Gaming Face Punch on all those. You might be able to find Gaming Roundup on Google Plus. If you want to follow us when we do these live, you can do that. And that's all the social media.
We have 3 places where you can get our videos from. You can get our videos from Dailymotion or YouTube. We have 2 YouTube channels. One is the Gaming Roundup channel, which is Gaming Face Punch Roundup, and then Gaming Face Punch Proper. Gaming Face Punch Proper has the edited videos on it. We haven't done much recently because we have all been very, very, very busy with life in general. And when we slow down and everything kind of settles down, we'll get back to making videos and whatnot. But at the moment, it's a little difficult for us because we've kind of set ourselves a quality standard. The problem is the quality standard takes a little longer than we'd like to admit. So we've got that. We've still got Dailymotion. Great thing about Dailymotion is we just upload the video and send it out into the wild straight away. So if you want to get the video before anyone else watches it, you can quite often do there. And as I said before, Gaming Roundup, you can watch on the channel, and we do it live. And we also do like kind of game footage and stuff too. So we're playing on Twitch or YouTube, you get to see it there. We also have
We've got a website. It's www.gamingfacepunch.com, and everything's on there.
That's the slowest fucking read of a bloody website ever.
I'm literally just hoping people are writing it down as I'm saying it.
Write it down. Just type in Gaming Face Punch. Yeah, the first one you'll get, the first result that you'll get will be Gaming Face Punch /podcasts, and that's where you'll find our podcasts, which we do 2 a week. And I've just trodden right on squarely on fucking Nigel's toes there.
It's all right. You can plug the podcast.
Yes, we have podcasts too, which you'll find on the website, as well as our videos and our occasional blog and little things about us. And there's 2 of them. There's a Geek Corner and the Gaming Roundup. The Gaming Roundup we do live. You can catch us here. And we also put it on the podcast because sometimes long-form videos are nicer to listen to than they are to watch. And also, if you've got like a PlayStation or something, you can load it onto a stick, pop it in and play it as you're playing a game, which is a cool way of doing it. Or sit on the bog with your iPhone.
Whatever helps you go, man.
Wherever helps you go. So everything's fantastic. And I think that's it. We don't make anything else, do we?
Nah.
No.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Not moved into religion or tax evasion.
No.
The same thing. Anyway, we hopefully will be sorting out our Christmas special for the Geek Corner and then our Gaming Roundup special for the end of the year. So you'll get 2 specials from us. I've just committed to us, Nige, mate, so there's no getting out of it now.
Shit.
We've got to be, it's the Geek Corner. I can do the Gaming Roundup one fine because it's literally it's the highlights of the stuff that we talked about through the year. Piss. And we probably want to talk about the Grinches who stole Christmas. But getting to decent Geek Corner is going to be a bit hard. And Keith won't be joining us because he's got a bone in his leg.
Yeah, a boner.
He's not a boner, just a bone in his leg. That boy. Anyway, I've been Gareth from Gaming Face Punch.
And I've been Nigel.
Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you in our next podcast, which should be a good one because it's a Christmas special. So thank you.
Laters.